Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 4 of our Medieval Dynasty Season 2, or Season 3 rather, on the new map. Today we're going to try to get, hopefully, an extraction shed up and some more villagers to help with some things around the little mini outpost that we've got. Once I've got some things automated like food supply and get some stones and some wood coming in, we're going to see about possibly trying to get some cabbage planted before the season's over, and possibly getting ourselves set up near a mine somewhere. But we will see just how far we get. If you learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and load in. Alrighty, here we go. There's our one lone villager out in front of his house. Traps are good. Now, we did get some of our buildings built up. We haven't done much with this guy, is the sewing hut. That we're definitely going to want. We'll want this too, eventually. But that one's not super priority because we've got one over here. Let's see. Our health is not doing great. And food is probably an issue. Let's go ahead and drop a quick save. I don't know why our health is so low. I know we died, but I thought that we got most of it back. I don't know what happened there. But we are going to need a bunch of stones. We're also going to need another house. Or two. And we have them placed, we just need to build them up. And they are tier 2 houses, so they are going to require a fairly large amount of stone. I was really hoping to wait on the houses until we had something set up near a, No, I actually need your meat, little buddy. Sorry. I was hoping to, wait on the houses until we got something set up near one of the caves so that we could get the rock from mining the copper. But, I don't think that's going to work out. I think we're going to need them sooner rather than later. Also, why did that simple house... Oh, that's his house. But why did the door swing when there's nobody here? That was creepy. I don't like that. Yeah, we've pretty much picked the area clean on rocks as part of the problem. Something that we could do is try and get that cabbage planted first. That's probably not going to hurt. I'm actually going to drop these rocks that we just grabbed here. So let's see what we can do for, 3 buckets on us for sale. Let's see what we can do with the, money that we have as far as getting some cabbage planted. So I think that's going to be super important. Best that there weren't any there. Now, I believe this guy over here in the red had seeds. I could be wrong on that, though. But let's at least sell off what we've got. We're going to sell like half of this. And we're going to sell all but 2 of these. Sell off these, because they were found loot, and all of those. So we're at 1441, if we pull up our handy-dandy calculator. Because we don't have any fertilizer yet, so we're going to have to buy the fertilizer as well as he is not the guy with the seeds. Oh yeah, he is. I would love to buy some flax seeds, but that's not happening. So fertilizer costs 4.5. So 4.5 plus cabbage seeds are 7.5. 7.5. So that's 12 total. So if we take 1,441 divided by 12, we get 120. We can carry 100. Well, we can plant 120 of each of these. Perfect.
Prices so see you around.
No refunds. And I don't care that it's been less than 2 hours. These days.
Alright, now we are going to do one thing though. We are going to customize our game back to 3-day seasons. 2, 3, 4, which is default. That way we can actually progress through fall and winter, because there's not a terrible lot going on during winter. But we could grow some rye in fall, but I don't know if it's really going to be worth the effort or not. I feel like we'd be better pressed making money, which rye would give us a little bit of money, but not really enough to be worth it. Come on, guys. Sounds like a little nuance the programmers didn't think of, drowning, right? Well, you're not supposed to be able to drown. If you check the first map with Racemir, there was nowhere deep enough for his head to go under. And they did animate the animals to lift their head. Hey, James. But there was nowhere deep enough for him to actually go under. So I think the character model being slightly shorter makes your head go under, but they still didn't want swimming to be a mechanic. At least that's my theory. I might just be giving them a pass, but I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully this will get us down to the pigs. I know we can't afford them yet, especially since we just blew all of our money. But if we can get down to the pigs, that will give us the option for fertilizer much, much sooner than otherwise anticipated, which is always for the best. I do want to get us another, hopefully before season change, another extractor. We'll put them on the well until such a time as we get to where we can make the extraction shed and get them on stones. So we can start getting food made. This is going to be way more cabbage than we need for our tiny little village, so I'm hoping to use some of it to make fertilizer. That's the big plan here. Not to mention the extra seeds will help us to plant further fields later. So, looking at the amount of seeds that he has, we're not going to be able to plant 2 full fields of flax on the beginning of year 2. He just doesn't have 200 seeds. So it looks like we're going to have to buy as many as we can each season to build up. But I would rather spend that money on recipes right now. So we may just have to grow our own seeds and just sell less. Kind of a thing. Hey, Uncle Hat. Why you wear thick leather gloves all year round? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we bought leather gloves yet. That's something else that I need to do, is finish off our winter outfits. So we are still missing a couple of pieces. I think we still need a tunic and gloves. But I wanted to make sure to get this done this season, so that we have some cabbage that we can use for rot and or food. Wish we could use food items or herbalist gatherables to dye our clothing. I absolutely agree. I really wish that we could dye clothing. I also wish that we could get some leather clothing. That would make me very, very happy. Right? I think it's the whole no armor thing, but I feel like leather wouldn't have been out of place. I mean, we're a hunter-gathering society at this point. And farming. I get that these guys, even though we have smithies and we're making tools and things, that we would not be making plate mail. I get that. That makes sense. But we would be making leather armor to protect us from the animals. Your real-life buckskin coat kept you quite warm, right? Well, there's a reason they used to wear fur. It's no joke. Most of the synthetics that we have now are built to emulate fur without having to, you know, murderize animals. I think, though, that this season we will actually take the time to name the houses so that we don't have as much confusion when we're trying to rearrange people as we did last season. And I think starting to name them from the early game is going to really help. We were struggling towards the end of Season 2 with trying to figure out where the hell people were going to wind up. I mean, one field and then a second field every other year was enough to easily feed our village in Season 1. And we had, what, close to 80 people. So doing a field and a quarter, now when there's only one villager, most of this can go into rot for fertilizing our field for when we need the flax. So I think that'll give us a huge head start in being able to afford What's it? Seed. In fact, quite the opposite. Alright, so supposedly when we were over here, oh, there's the deer. We missed a pouch worth a chunk of coins up on a roof. Do these respawn? No. That was wishful thinking. Up on the roof. I'm not seeing a way to get to the roof. Unless it's this roof? Oh, hello! Well, a coin pouch that is not, but that was still worth getting. Exploit temp labor. Fill all jobs despite not having housing until minus 100% happiness. Keep the best and get rid of the ones with level 1 and in 3+ skills. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea there, Steven. Oh. Aha, we are on the roof now. Oh ho! Yeah, 500 coins on the damn roof. They were absolutely right. Excellent. So yeah, everybody. Alright, now we do need to make, at least get a couple more stones to make another couple of axes for them, because dude is on his last axe already. The durability reductions really hurt. They reduced everything's durability. To the point that when I loaded up our Season 2 game, some of our items were over 100% durability because of the reduction. Because it kept its old value. So it was over 100% durability because its old used value was still higher than what they are now. Definitely an adjustment to some of the nerfs, especially single player, right? 4-person multiplayer could thrive easier sharing XP and resources. As far as I know, you don't actually share XP. You share tech points, but not XP. It's very difficult playing with somebody who's new to the game when you are not, because we were running around and I had a bunch of levels and was trying to explain to him how I got them, and we'd already done most of the stuff that we needed to do for the season, so that was problematic. But yes, the nerfs are definitely an adjustment. And not all of them are nerfs. I mean, some things got buffed. So. And honestly, the addition of extra challenge isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not one to... I don't like games that are hard just for the sake of being hard. But I don't feel like that's the case here. I feel like it was made to be realistically more challenging instead of... We had basically optimized this game down to the point where it was barely even fun anymore, as it didn't take hardly any time at all to get everything up. For those of us that knew what we were doing. I mean, new players, it's a hell of a learning curve for new players, but for the veterans, this is kind of nice. It is kind of weird not to be able to buy basically whatever I want by, you know, the end of year 1, though. And I think if we'd taken the time to get the flaxseed field up right away, then we probably would have been able to do that. But I wanted to explore, and I'm not sorry we did it the way we did it. Alright, so that's... We can have... Oh, shit! Their age difference is horrendous. I did not realize how bad that was. No wonder she's unhappy. Alright, you're gonna work in the woodshed until we can get the, not the woodshed, the well. Until we can get the, well, she's production, though. So I don't know that we're gonna move her. Alright, cauldron, potage. That is a whole lot of cabbage. Alright, so if we put our meat in here... I don't want to put the potage in there right away. Because I really, really, really don't want them to eat all of the potage. Eventually, sure, but right now I want the potage for us. I really like that rock. It's nice that we can see it from the village. It looks like there's grass growing on top, though. I kind of wish we could get up there to see it. I suppose we could always use, what's that, picture mode, but... Oh, logs float now! That's exciting. Oh, the excavation shed can do copper now? That's new. Okay, that's not a nerf, guys. That's a huge friggin' buff. Because you used to have to wait until you had the mine to get copper ore. Shit. That kind of throws a kink in my plans, though. Animals cost way less? That would be fantastic. Because animals used to cost a ridiculous amount. Which is going to make wool that much more overpowered, just saying. Although you do have to get pretty far down there to get to it, but... Wool was already pretty overpowered, but if the animals are cheaper, that's just going to make it that much worse. Yeah, I don't think we're actually going to... Chickens can be purchased for less than 100 coins, and horses around half the cost. Oh my god. That's a massive difference. So no more 1,600 coin piggies? That was the first time last Monday. The first time I have ever died to a tree in this game. I've been hit by several, but that's the first time it's ever actually gotten me. I can't believe we survived the wolves and the pigs and all the shenanigans, only to die to a tree shortly thereafter trying to replenish spears. It was good to find out, though, that there's not really any penalty for death anymore. Because it used to be, like, basically a hardcore game. You would have to load your game. That one will eventually be for farmers. That's why it's right up against the fields. But for now, it'll just get, just give us a little bit more space to branch out. Get some more people in the village. So I would like somebody cooking. I would like somebody running that. I want to get this finished. Huh. Alright, well that was random. And she doesn't want to talk to me right now, even though I just gave her a bigger house. I feel like if you buy a lady a house, or build a lady a house, she should at least have the decency to take some time to talk to you. Hey, there! It's telling me about my production level that we already had and have spent. Fantastic. I don't think we have enough sticks, but we might be able to get some more of these ready to go. Oh, no, that was yeah, oh yeah, we've got sticks for days. Okay. Alright, so we've got some more stuff that we can sell. We've got that up. So now we just need a wash basin. And there we go. So now we've got a bath, we've got water income for them, we've got a place to make pottage for them, and ourselves. We've got cabbage galore in here, which we can intentionally burn some of that to make fertilizer, which will definitely be helpful. We've got some crap that we can sell. Yeah, we're starting to get there. So we're going to need another extractor to live with Dude, preferably female. And we're going to need another producer, preferably male, to live with her. And at some point we're going to have to build them another house as well. But I think we're well on our way here. We didn't get as much done as I'd hoped, but we did get the fields planted, which is super important. And we got one of the houses finished. And we got an excavation hut up. And we got some recipes. And we found a hidden bag of 500 coins that should be there for everybody. So that's exciting. I think it was a pretty productive evening. Didn't get as far as I'd hoped, but we got further than we could have. We got a new villager. That's always fun. But yeah, it is about that time, guys. So we are going to stop here, I think. So if you learned anything useful tonight, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. And we will catch you next time. Which will be Friday. Thanks for watching.